On a cold, dark winter night, you might catch a glimpse of a half-goat, half-demon figure stalking through the streets. Giant horns curl up from his head, a basket strapped to his back, and a switch in hand. The demonic Krampus isn't here to hand out gifts, but instead dole out brutal punishments. Krampus is the anti-Saint Nicholas, the miraculous Catholic bishop who brought small gifts of sweets, nuts, and fruits to the good children in early December, and served as the inspiration for Santa Claus. But what are the origins of the demonic horned creature? Surprisingly enough, this winter monster isn't as old as you may think. The Krampus's historical origins are believed to have emerged onto the Yuletide scene in Slavic and Austrian celebrations. Winter festivals and celebrations in the Alpine regions of Austria, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Germany, and Italy all feature versions of this anti-Santa, half-goat, half-demon monster, though originally Krampus was considered a category of monster, not the name of an individual creature. These half-goat, half-demon creatures are fanged with cloven feet, have long pointed tongues, and multiple sets of horns. They carry a pitchfork and a basket to collect children in, and they also carry a switch made of birch branches to beat children with. So why invent a Yuletide character that literally beats children into submission? At first it was more of an idea, a boogeyman parents evoked to keep kids in line. The nice children received presents from St. Nick, the naughty children got a birch branch spanking from Krampus, and the most poorly behaved were tossed into the monster's basket to be tortured, eaten, or dragged into the fiery pits of hell. Traditions connecting Krampus and St. Nicholas seem interwoven through time. There is evidence of performances linking Krampus to Satan in Jesuit theater, and the monster frequently appeared in St. Nicholas plays, so it's possible the beast was created to represent the opposite of divinity. The more detailed descriptions of Krampus emerged in the 19th century when the folklorists began recording the costumes worn during the Krampuslauf, or Krampus Run. In the Alpine region, on December 5th, there is a parade of people dressed as Krampus running through the streets, scaring bystanders and chasing after the unlucky ones. Even if those dressed as Krampus don't injure others, they are a symbolic threat of violence and rebellion against decorum. In some regions, the Krampus troops stalk the streets up until Christmas. In the oldest Alpine region traditions, Krampus revelers would blacken their faces, wear a dark fake beard, and dress in dark clothing or wooden masks, long fur coats with belts that had large bells and had a switch in hand. In Catholic areas, fear of the devil was much larger, so the costume included horns. Also, in the mid-19th century, Krampus was associated with Santa Claus, the more secular version of St. Nicholas. It was around this time when the moniker Krampus emerged. In 1865, a Budapest newspaper published an image of Santa with Krampus behind him, transferring the connection to the Christian holiday of Christmas rather than the Holy Saints' feast day. In the 20th century, socialist folklorists attempted to cast Christianity as a practice that sullied ancient Nordic customs, so they created a pagan origin story which is false. The Nazi Party reinforced this false claim, calling the Krampus ancient customs with pagan roots. In reality, Krampus nights were not recorded until 1582 in the Bavarian town of Dyson under the name Perk. The Perkten are mischievous Alpine spirits and are likely to be the folkloric precursors to Krampus. 17th and 18th century documents show the archbishop's failed attempts to ban Krampus traditions targeting the parades. This tradition would dwindle in the 19th century, preserved only in a small number of Austrian and German towns until the 1870s as consumerism boomed. Red postcards with illustrations of Krampus began appearing in Austria in the later half of the century. These cards that often showed the creature punishing children and sometimes with semi-naked women were extremely popular. Since the turn of the 21st century, Krampus events have grown larger across the world. The internet's discovery of the 19th century Krampus cards brought renewed interest to the winter monster. Movies, books, and social media have perpetuated the connection between Santa and Krampus. One horror film has the Krampus coming down chimneys wearing a red fur-trimmed coat and slaughtering people. So this Christmas, be good boys and girls, or Krampus may be coming down your chimney next. Check out our paranormal investigation at the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.